Hey guys, welcome to my episode 6 vlog review of GARO, Chapter the Black Wolf. And it's on episode 6. In this episode, as I go to grab my Dr. Pepper, Koga is attacked by a fellow Makai Knight using a deadly Haja dagger and interrupts his hunt on a horror. And while all that's going on, the horror has set its sights on Kaoru, who has taken a job in a bar that is actually a front for a brothel. Can Koga rescue Kaoru while also surviving against the deadly Makai Knight hunting him? Find out now. Okay, sorry, I really wanted to do that. So, yeah, this episode introduces my favorite Makai Knight in the whole series. One Suzumura Rei, aka the Makai Knight Zero. Portrayed by Rei Fujita. Oh, yeah. No, he's probably my favorite actor in this whole show. And it really shows here, particularly when he rescues Kaoru from a bunch of dudes who are, like, trying to, like, accost her, and, like, while she's trying to get to her job interview. He's funny. He's got this really dark sense of humor where he's both funny and kind of a nice guy, but you can also tell there's a dark edge to him. Yeah, we find out that he's got a major grudge against Koga in this episode, but we're not entirely sure why. Not even Koga. And we're also introduced to some new stuff, particularly Haja daggers, which are these mysterious blades that I guess can infect people, like, are, like, poisonous in a certain way. Like, it's said by Gonza that, like, a normal human would die in, like, minutes after they've been stabbed by a Haja dagger. Koga only surviving because he's not ordinary. He's a Makai Knight. We also get to see this potion that they'll use from time to time called a Reverter of Time. It's a potion that can heal minor wounds and also draw poison out using a Makai lighter. Once you've drank the potion and then apply the flame to a wound, it will draw the poison out and re-heal the wound. And it's actually a really funny scene because Kaoru can't find a first aid kit in Koga's house because he doesn't need one. Because, again, he's a Makai Knight and he's got tools for that sort of thing. And so, like, she tries to, like, use alcohol to sanitize the wound, so she drinks a bunch of it so she can spit it on the wound. I don't know why she can't just apply the alcohol to the wound. And, like, first she spits it on Gonza, then she tries it again, and Koga makes her drink a whole bunch of the booze, and she gets, like, a hangover. It's really funny. It's one of my more favorite parts of this episode, aside from Rei just being awesome. He also gets, he's also really cool because he has two Makai blades that he uses in battle. We don't get to see his knight form in this yet. That comes in the next episode, and it's also another one of my more favorite episodes of this show. But yeah, this is a really good one. The horror in it's kind of neat. I think this is the first time we see a human who's actually okay with being possessed by a horror. She's a prostitute who gets possessed in this gravesite that Koga was fighting the horror in, but it got away due to the fact that Koga got attacked by a Haja dagger. And she doesn't mind devouring humans because the horror gives her youth back. Because she's getting old, and I guess dudes aren't into old prostitutes. I don't know. Like, you're not going to see this on an episode of Power Rangers or Kamen Rider, so I don't know. It also has a really funny line where Kaoru ends up working at the bar she works at, but, like, not as a prostitute. She works as a bartender. Although I don't know why. I would think she needs a license, but I don't know. Maybe the Japanese bartending scene's a lot different than the one we see here. Or the one we have over here in the States. But yeah, like, she ends up killing, like, the guy who runs the bar, and Kaoru tries to get him the phone because he's got a phone call, and she ends up witnessing the prostitute kill the dude, like, as a horror. She's like, again? Like, it's really funny. Like, she's like, not again. No, I'm never gonna keep a job if these monsters keep killing the people I work for. Like, it was really funny. The horror is really weird. because it can control gravestones with its mind. Like, it uses gravestones as like projectiles. I think it's because like the prostitute like attacked like this dude who wasn't gonna give her money by putting a piece of gravestone in her purse and beating him with it. It's one of those things that when I watch this, I'm like, well, I've never seen this before in a tokusatsu piece. But and like it looks kind of like a decaying corpse. It's got bones and stuff. Oh, this is actually the first time we actually hear, why humans can't be saved if they've been possessed by horrors. And that's because once you're possessed by a horror, your body is going to be rotted apart by the horror. Like, there's no going back once you've been possessed. We'll see more about that as we go on. There's actually a really good episode dealing with the fact that people have to die when they're possessed by horrors. But yeah, no, it's a really good episode. Like, you really don't get much with Ray. You mostly just get hints to stuff. You get to hear the voice of his Mado tool, which is the necklace that's on his neck named Silva. They don't give her name in this episode. They don't even like say that we don't even get to see like the tool talk, but there's a necklace with a face on it that you can see clearly in some episodes. And her name's Silva. We'll see more of her in the next episode. But yeah, it's actually kind of funny. Ray Fujita is actually a veteran Toku actor. Hold on, I need a quick drink there. This weather is really bad for my allergies because it gets real cold, and then heaters turn off, and then dust kicks up, and it messes you up when you've got hay fever. But Ray Fujita, I know him mostly from Kamen Rider Phase, where he was the Dragon Orphanok, one of the bad guys. He was much younger because that was 2003 and this is 2005. And he's a really good actor. He was really good in Phase. He's one of my favorite parts of Phase. But yeah, he's really great here. Like, he hits on Kaoru, but at the same time kind of seems like he wants to kill her. Like, almost like he knows that she's been bathed in the blood of a horror and that she's also tied to Koga. It was also really interesting because, like, he still fights with Koga to get rid of the horror, despite the fact that, like, he seems to have a grudge with Koga. Only backing off when Koga goes into his night form to fight the horror, and Silver tells him, "Hey, we were just going to watch today. We were just going to see what he's up to. We were going to you're just going to stay back, and we're going to get to know what this guy's like." And Ray backs off, which I think is kind of an interesting thing to his character. He's very methodically, like, looking to see what's this guy's deal that he's after. And I want to say in the next episode, we actually do get his backstory. I think. If not now, like, in a couple episodes. But yeah, like, they actually give his backstory really early on. I think mostly because, like, I know in, like, another couple episodes we'll be getting a lot more with Koga and, like, his backstory with him and his father. Spoilers. I mean, I'm not telling you anything really, really important, like, deep to the episode, like, what's going on in the plot, just... But yeah, this is a good episode. Great introduction to Ray. A decent horror. I like this just because, like, it's one of the few times we actually get to see a human actually, like, not minding being possessed by a horror, especially because it tempts them with something they want instead of just, oh, you're lonely and you're full of despair, or you're just by my gate, so I'm gonna eat you and take your body. Yeah, no, it was a good episode. I look forward to the next one because the next one is really good and has one of my favorite fight scenes in the whole franchise in it. So yeah, that was my review of GARO Chapter Black Wolf episode 6. Come back for episode 7. Catch you later.